Okay, fine. Thank you, Ratul and Labib, for telling me to record. Yeah, fine. So whenever I am playing a game, in my keyboard also, you can see in this particular keyboard, the top, left, right, and bottom keys are aligned in some way, right? It's not like the complete thing is like this way, up, left, right, down. It doesn't look good. Okay, so let me just add some tweaks over here. A BR tag would do. BR is nothing but it gives a next line to it. Okay, if I'll save, you can see left, right, down has come like this. Okay, so after right, I will give another BR tag. Okay, so you can see this looks much better. Up, left, right, down. Okay, now I need to what is happening if I am clicking on up, left, right, down? It is not working, right? So I need to make this work. How will I make this work? I need to okay, we can also increase the width. Okay, so let it be like this only. So these are the buttons. What I need to do is when I will click on up, this block will go up. When I will click down, this block will go down. When I will click left, this block will go left. When I will click right, this block will go right. So for that, I need to make some set of functions. Okay, inside this JavaScript. Okay, so if I will write function, let's say move up. Okay, move up function. So can anyone tell me how will this block move up? What parameter I need to change? Anyone? How will I make the block which is moving in the upward direction? How will I make this one in the upward direction? Let's say for now only where my game piece is there. Where my game piece. Fine. And let's say these blocks are not there. Okay. Only the big block is there. Okay. And the name of the block is my game piece. Or let's say the name is block itself. Okay. Block only. Block ही रहना होता है. Wait a minute. Yeah, over here. I need to edit these ones. Okay. So currently I'm just having the block. Okay. So tell me guys, what I need to do to if I will click on this up, this will go up. Like over here, I will be it's quite clear that this function move up will make it move up in upward direction. We can simply write in case of this button, we can simply write over here that button on click, this move up function will be triggered. Not move IP, but move up. Okay. So these move up function will make this particular block to move in the upward direction. Fine. So for that, I need to instead of doing it like this, we need to in the component itself, we need to yeah, after this dot update, we need to make another over here. Yes. Yeah, we need to make another variable over here, or we need to initialize another object which is nothing but the new position. And what will be the new position? New position will take a function in itself, and it will just apply this dot x plus is equals to, let's say I'm making a variable velocity. Okay, by which velocity I want to shift it in the upward direction or downward direction, left direction or right direction. Okay, so let's say Vx is the velocity in x direction, and where Vy is the velocity in the right direction. Okay. Fine. So over here, yeah, in the component, I will just move this one upwards by x direction. Okay, by Vx. This dot Vx. Okay, and this dot y will be updated as this dot vy. Okay. Now in the update, instead of just like calling block x, like hard coding it, we will simply call let's say block dot new position. Fine. Okay. And over here in the move function, what we will be doing is we will be just assigning the value to the vx. Okay. We will be assigning the value to this dot. Let's say if I want to move this up, then vy. Okay. We need to edit vy, and we will be like decrementing this vy. Fine. Okay. And this vx and vy will be initialized over here with 0. This dot. So initially it will be 0. Vx is equals to 0, and this dot vy will also be 0. So the initializations are done, the updation is done, and we are also like declared. So if I will save this one, and if I'll do this, okay, it's not working. Change y, log.y. Where did I miss something? Yeah, okay. You guys are like writing. Okay. I got it. I missed that text. Okay, yeah. If we will like decrease y, it will move up, right? So that's what actually we are doing over here. We have made this particular button. Let me just check the code. Yeah. So for this move up thing, this dot vy like we are decrementing the like this velocity by -1. We have initialized the velocity by 0 over here. Fine. I think I am missing something. Variable block is made. Check variable, and then I have made the new component. Fine. And then my game area dot start is also there. And then my game area document, like create this. These things are okay. Make this one. Okay, fine. You guys got the idea what is Vx and Vy, right? Any doubt with the Vx and Vy? Vx, Vy? What is Vx and what is Vy? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? What is Vx over here? And what is Vy? And what is this variable block? What is the like uh, tell me the like meaning of these particular statements? The complete one. Block, Vx and Vy. Let's see if you have got it properly. Anyone? Vx is velocity in x, okay? Block is the brown component, fine. And value by which your like x and y will change on pressing the button. So not exactly value, but how actually what is let me mute all. Okay, sorry. Fine. Over here. This dot x plus equals to this dot vx, and this dot y, we are changing the velocity, we are changing the like x coordinate and y coordinate, and we are like calling the new position over here, and then we are making, okay, let me first like complete the complete functionalities, okay, that would be better to debug. Okay, so these types of four functions will be there. So if I will be writing, let's say move down, then what will happen in move down? The Vy will be increased, right? The velocity in y direction will be increased. In move, let's say left, in move left, the what will change? Can anyone tell me? In case of move left, let's see what will change in case of move left. X. What? No, no, X is not gonna change. What will change? Think carefully. What will change in the case of move left and move right? Separation of the block from the left. No, 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 no. I am saying what should I write over here? Let me change it for you guys. Move left and move right. And over here. What will I write over here? यहाँ पे क्या लिखना है? मुझे तुम लोगों से पूछना है. मतलब I don't. Over here you can simply think that over here on click like this, 4 on click will be there. Okay. Over here move left, and then over here move right, and then over here move down. Okay, and then let's say I'm making a paragraph like above are the controller for the game. Fine. So what will come over here? This dot bx minus 1 and this dot bx plus 1. Yes, Anam is right. Shashwat is also right. This dot bx for left, it will go in the left direction. Okay, it will go in the negative x direction. So I will decrement the x bx by 1, and over here this dot vx, I will increment it by 1. Fine. So let me save this one. It's not working. This dot x plus, okay, sure. I will explain this one. Okay, so what over here, what am I doing? In let's say this dot new position, I am calling a function. Okay, whenever this new position will be called over here, then this vx and vy are defined. Okay, these vx and vy are defined already. Yeah, I can see. Okay, let's not define it. Fine, I will explain it, don't worry. Yes, so I was saying, yes, so this vx and vy are nothing but velocity by which if I will right, like click on right, or I will click on left, if I click on up, I'll click on down, then like how much like velocity will it move in right direction, left direction, on top or down. Okay, so initially I have made it vx as 0 and vy as 0. Okay, fine. So now if like let's say I will call this one, okay, I will call new position, then this dot x will be like added by this dot vx, and if I will click on right, then what is move right is doing? Move right is making incrementing vx by 1. So x is on the other hand getting incremented by 1. Fine. So this is how it is working. If I will click on the right 2 times, if I click on the right 2 times, then this dot bx will be incremented by 2. This dot bx plus 1 and then plus 1. And the x position will be like incremented by 2. So that is like over here we are doing. We are changing the x and y coordinates. Okay. Yeah, fine. Any doubt? Okay, great. Oh. I might be missing something. Let's just name this one as my game area, my game piece. Okay, let's make it red. Fine. And if you guys are like having any problem with the vx and vy, you can also basically it is the speed. Okay, speed or velocity or whatever you wanna call it. So it's nothing but let's say in the x direction, it's the speed. Speed in the like x direction, and then speed in the y direction. So I also want to like let you guys know that there is this shortcut in like VS Code. If you like you want to change the name of something, let's say you guys are having some problem with my game area, you are not understanding my game area. So if you will write a VS Code or any code editor, if you will just hover on that, like click on that my game area and click Control D, then it will simply like do everything. Like it will simply change those particular things. Okay, it will, if you will just like do if you will just hover on that one, let's say this my game area, and click on Control D, then it will simply select all those ones, and you can simply like change that. Okay, so let's say if you don't want this as my game piece, you can simply make it block or anything you want. Block, let's say, or let's say speed x, you want vx, so you can make it vx. Speed y, you want vy, you can make vy. Uh-oh, not y, vy. Fine. So you can see it is going in the upward direction. Now it will go in the downward direction. You want to increase this one, let's make it 50 and then 50. So you can see it is going in the upward direction, it is going in the downward direction, right? Okay. So these are the controllers for the game. So it is going upward. Okay. If I click on upward, it will go upward by velocity 1. If I click on downward, it will stay because the velocity is 0 now. I have clicked up and down 1 time. Okay. If I click left, it will go to the left direction by velocity 1. I'll click right, it will go right to the velocity. If I click again right, it will go speed. Okay. The speed will be increased. You can see how the speed is getting increased. So this is how the controllers work for any types of game. Okay. Fine. Any doubt till now? This is the block. You can make it like whichever color you want. Any doubt, guys? Now we will be like making obstacles for the game. How are we gonna like thinking of making the obstacle? Can anyone tell me how will I make the obstacle? If you guys remember, we made rcomp and vcomp, right? Two variables, rcomp and vcomp. Okay. So yeah, will that one do? If I will just define two variables, rcomp and vcomp, that will not do, obviously. Why? Because that will be only two obstacles. But I like for making the Flappy Bird game or any types of game, the obstacle must be continuous. It must be coming on and along, coming and all. So right, so for that I like need to add the obstacles. Okay, multiple obstacle is needed. So for that, we can like for one obstacle I have already showed you, two obstacle I have already showed you, right? What we did is we made another variable over here. Let's say where let's name it my obstacle. Fine. So this my obstacle I need to update over here in the component area, right? I already showed you guys this thing. So can anyone tell me where exactly I need to update this my obstacle? Over here, right? Anyone? Let's update this one over here. My obstacle dot update. Fine. So is this it, or I need to call this my obstacle also? This is not it, right? What is this my obstacle? I have not defined it anywhere. I have only defined my game piece, or let's say the block. So I need to write it over here also in the start game. I need to make the component, right? So I need to make an obstacle over here. So instead of block over here, my obstacle. Fine. And let's say I want to make the obstacle as green. Okay, let's make it in the like 10 and let's say 200. And over here, let's make the x as 300 and the y as 120. Fine. Save it and let's see. So you can see the obstacle has come up and this is also there. So I can play with this one. You can see I can go down and it is hitting the obstacle, but it is going that way. Okay. The obstacle is like not obstructing it. It is going past the obstacle, but I don't want that. I want that before like whenever it is hitting the obstacle, its velocity will become zero, right? What will happen? Its velocity will become zero, right? So for that, what we need to do, like whenever the obstacle will be hit, okay, then we need to make the velocity as zero. So can anyone tell me, like up till now, whatever I told you, that how can this be done? Anyone? Basically, what am I trying to do? Whenever this will be hitting the obstacle, it will stop, right? I need to make the obstacle rigid, right? If there is pixel overlap, yes. So how will I get it? How will I know that the pixel is overlapping? This you need to tell me, guys. Otherwise, there is no meaning of explaining these things and you will get the code. Okay? There is no meaning of telling you everything, like spoon feeding you guys everything, right? You will get the code. There is no meaning of doing that. We are not like over here to provide you with the code, right? Anything, anything, think anything. Okay? If this dot vx is equals to 0 when hitting. So Mansi, tell me when it is hitting. Coordinate of component will be the same there. Yes. So tell me the condition. Tell me the condition. before that I need to like also add one thing which I may have forgot, that this thing is moving continuously, right? If I click on right, it will keep on moving, but I don't want it. I want it to stop. Okay, so what can I do is we can like add two functions instead of on click. We can do that whenever I will be like having my mouse like mouse up. Okay, mouse up and mouse down are two event listeners. Okay, so when on mouse down, this will move up. Okay, and on mouse up, we will make another function. Okay, on mouse up, this will just, let's say, clear move. Okay, it will clear the movement. Fine. Or there is one more event listener on touch start. So that is actually not required, but still, let's provide with on mouse up now, and let's write it for each and every case. For left case, for the right case, and for this one also. Okay, fine. And over here, I will just change this on click to on mouse down. So you can see it is still not applied. Why? Because I need to like add on mouse touch as well. Okay, or on touch on touch start. So and also this clear move function is not defined. So let me first define this clear move function. So function clear move, this will simply make this dot or not this, but the block. Okay, block dot let's say vx is equals to 0. Okay, it will stop moving. Okay, how will it stop moving? It will stop moving when the velocity has become 0, not the x has become 0, right? कब रुकना, कोई चीज रुकना कब बंद करती है? जब उसकी वेलोसिटी 0 हो जाती है। उसका x 0 होने से कभी वो रुकना बंद नहीं करती, राइट? तो vy will become 0. So let's check out if my change has worked or not. So you can see, like I am clicking on right, then it is going right, and it's not like एक बार right में click कर दिया तो ये move ही कर रहा है. So I want this thing. If I will click on it, it will continuously. I want something like this. Okay. Yeah. So now the condition which I was waiting for, when their x coordinate will be sum, what is on mouse down and up? Okay. It is actually nothing but on click 2 version. Okay. On mouse down means when I have clicked, and on mouse up it will stop. मतलब वो microsecond. On click means I am clicking. Okay. On click it will happen, start happening. But if I want something to start only at that moment when the mouse is clicked. Okay, let's say if I have clicked this one, it's not like I want एक बार click कर दिया तो वो चीज होते रहे. I just want कि I will click only one time and it will go, it will stop the moment the click is finished. So on mouse down means when this button is down. Let's say you can see that this button is down right because I have clicked this button, right? So at the time when I will like stop clicking that one, that will stop. So that is basically two different versions of on click. On click के दो छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं और कुछ. Think it like this. Okay. Okay, we have all 4 coordinates for the block. So check if any corner of the obstacle is inside the block. NY using geometry. Okay. Can anyone provide me the condition? I think after like teaching so many things, I can expect the proper conditions from you guys. Anyone? So let me help you guys for that. Okay, let me help you guys for that. So inside over here, like apart from clear, I will make stop. Okay, when will this one stop? When this function will be triggered. And what is this function? This function is nothing but clear interval, okay, and this dot interval. Fine. And this function, okay. So this is how it is gonna stop, okay. It will stop when I will clear the interval, okay. Which interval? This one, this update interval. What I am doing, I am clearing the interval, okay. Clear interval actually makes it stop, okay. Now the stop thing is okay, I have like written the stop thing, but what about the condition? Obstacle x is between block x and block x plus width. Which width? What is the width over here? Width I haven't defined it. Think it, guys. It's very simple. Don't need to like utna bhi zyada kuch nahi. Like and after that in the update game area, what I will do is I will simply check if, let's say, block dot let's say mm, let's say some function, okay. Some function is, let's say the function is crash with, okay. If it has crashed with the obstacle, okay, crashed with what? My obstacle. If it has crashed with my obstacle, then I will simply stop it, okay. My game area dot stop, okay. And else, and if you guys didn't understand, I want the complete game to stop, okay. I want complete game to stop. It's not like I want the that particular object to stop, okay. So think it around that way only. That's why I in the stop I have like stopped the complete element. I have like cleared the interval itself, so the complete game is stopped, okay. And in the else part I will like put the remaining thing, okay, the remaining 4 lines. So you need to like tell me what will I write in the crash with function, okay. Function, let's say, what is the name of the function? The name of the function is crash with. So I cannot like write like this, because that is like a this level function, okay. So I need to write it over here below new pause, this dot crash with, and let's say crash with function is accepting one param which is obj or obs. Let's say obstacle is obs. Fine. So where my left, or where L is equals to, L is left, okay, this dot x. Fine. Where let's say R is equals to this dot x plus, you were saying width, but it won't be width, it will be this dot width, okay. It will be this dot width. These are the bounds, okay. Left bound, right bound, okay. I am actually trying to make the bounds. Let's say let's make it left, okay. And, let's make it my left, okay, and then my right, and then my top. This will be this dot y, okay. Can anyone tell me what will be my bottom? What will be the like um, boundary, okay, bound for the bottom? The bottom bound would be nothing but this dot y plus what? This dot y plus block height. Yeah, not block, but we can write this dot height, okay. Over here we cannot write block, okay. This is a generic function. These functions are like component functions are generic functions, right? We cannot like apply only for a block. We need to write this, okay. Whichever object is calling it, that will be applied on that, fine. So over here this dot height. Fine, great. And then where like my left I have got, what about the other left? Okay, so other left is also important. Other left is the left of the like object, right? So where other left you can write, or OBS left you can write. OBS left. OBS, let's say right. Okay, it would be OBS dot like X plus OBS dot width. Similar things we will be doing for bottom and top as well. So let me just copy this thing. Where OBS top is equals to OBS dot Y, and where OBS bottom, and this will be OBS dot Y plus OBS dot height. Okay, so both these height and width I have got. Okay, दोनों के height और width we have got. Now I will make a boolean value. Okay, where crash. Okay, let's say crash. Okay, crash, and let's say it is true initially. So what will I check? If my bottom, okay, my bottom is less than the top. Okay, if the my bottom, okay, the bottom of the object is lesser than the top of the obstacle. Okay, this is basic geometry which I am writing over here. Or this is the or sign. Fine, there will be 4 conditions. Okay, or let's say my top is let's say greater than others is like bottom, right? OBS bottom. Fine, or let's say let me make another like this one over here, and one more condition over here. Yeah. What is this condition? Can anyone tell me what is this condition for? My bottom is less than obstacle top, or my top is greater than obstacle top, or let's say my right is, let's say, less than obstacles left, or let's say my left is greater than obstacles right. So these are the conditions, which means the crash didn't happen. Okay, all these conditions means अगर उसका bottom obstacle के top से ज्यादा है, right? If my bottom is greater than the obstacle top, let's say this is the obstacle and this is the object. Okay, it is moving like this. So इसका अगर bottom, this one's bottom is greater than the top of the obstacle, then will the crash happen? No, it will not happen, right? So these are the conditions. If you will like see it closely, okay, if let's say the obstacle is in the top and it is going like this, so if my like my hand, okay, my like block's top is lesser than the obstacle's bottom, then obviously it will not crash. So I will simply make the crash as false. Okay, I will make the crash value as false, and finally I will return the crash. Okay, if I will save this one, let's say it's going like this and it's crashing. Okay, so you can see it has stopped over here, right? So that's what I wanted. You can see if I will click on right, it will not go right. It has already stopped and the game has also stopped. You can see nothing is working. What have I done? I have cleared the interval. And if I clear the interval, it will stop then and there. The complete game is stopped. It's not like कि एक बार ऐसा हो गया उसके मैं पीछे ले आऊंगा और टॉप कर दूंगा या डाउन कर दूंगा. It's not right. Okay. Once it will be hit, your game is over. Fine. So let's play from the start. Okay. Let's say it's going like this. Okay. Till now it didn't crash. Nothing happened. The game went cool. Let's say it is crashing like this. So it has crashed. Now you can see once it has crashed, the complete setup is stopped. एक बार क्रैश हो गया मतलब तुम्हारा पूरा कंट्रोलर काम करना बंद कर देगा. Your complete thing will stop. So that's what the condition is for. Okay. Did you guys got the idea? And if you want to just make the obstacle also moving, for the obstacle to move, what we will do? We will in the update game area, we will simply write my obstacle dot x minus is equals to 1. So let's play from the start. So you can see the obstacle is also moving. तो ये होता है, ये हो गया थोड़ा छोटा मोटा गेम हमने बना दिया. We have made a small game like this. Over here, the obstacle is also moving, and you need to like move up to like ignore the collision with the object, okay, with the obstacle. So this is what we did. So for currently we just need to make multiple obstacles and we will be it. Okay, that would be it. So that is only required right now. Other things we have already done, right? So any doubt till now? Any of these functions, conditions, anything, anything? If you have doubt, tell me right now. Okay, I would be happy to take those particular doubts. Fine. Anyone? Any doubt? This is very important. This is the heart of the complete game. This particular controller, okay, like this particular component which we have made, and it is being controlled by these particular things. Okay. So tell me if you guys have any doubts till now. No doubt. Now what we can do is we need to like make multiple obstacles over here. So for that we just need to apply a for loop. Okay, and in every interval, let's say I am counting the frame number. Okay, in let's say in my game area itself, I am making one more let's say I am making one more function. Okay, let's make one more function, and this function name is I will be adding this dot frame also over here after this child node thing, this dot frame number. Okay, I will be counting the frame number. Why frame number I am counting? So that I can apply the loop. Okay, the loop will be applied based on the frame number itself. Okay, which frame is going on currently. So that, how will I get that one? So let's say I will be applying one more function over here, every interval function, and it will take n as input. Fine. And now it will say that if my game area dot frame number by n, okay, modulus 1 is equals to 0. Fine. This is basic mathematics. Okay, I would be returning. I guess this would be a bit complex for you guys to understand. So let me first write this particular thing for you guys, and then we will decode what actually we are doing over here. Otherwise, we will simply return the for. So it will happen for each and every interval by taking. Sir, is it possible to connect up and down, left and right with keyboard and arrow keys? Yeah, it is also, yeah, it is possible actually. Yeah, it is possible. You can surely play like that. Fine. In the browser, it will be possible, not over here. Fine. If you will open this one in the browser, then it will surely be possible. In the browser, it will be possible. In the editor, it is not supporting, but in the browser, it will be possible for sure. So now if I want to make multiple obstacles, my obstacle, if I will make only one object, it won't be correct. Okay, अगर हमें मल्टीपल करना है तो हमें एक अरे ऑफ माई ऑब्स्टेकल लेना है. वी नीड टू मेक एन अरे ऑफ ऑब्स्टेकल. फाइन. So this is the obstacle array, where my obstacle array. And now in the update game area, we will simply apply. There is a lot actually. I don't know if you will be like able to digest this much, but yeah, the for loop conditions. Yeah, let me write it for you guys, and you can ask me wherever you are getting doubts. I'll try to clear it out. This is a lot, okay? I know you won't be able to get it on the first book. Okay, this is actually the loop conditions are required, the loop knowledge of JavaScript is required. Okay, so I will be applying a for loop in JavaScript over here. For I is equals to 0, fine, and I is less than my obstacle dot length. My obstacle is an array, and array dot length I can apply. Fine. Okay, and then I plus is equals to 1. This is a for loop. Fine. Now this particular thing, okay, if my game piece over here it is block, okay, so I will simply remove this one. Fine. And I will just do control X, and this I will do inside the loop. Fine. This complete thing will be done inside the loop. If block dot crash with my obstacle, my obstacles are many, right? It's not like only one. So I will write my obstacle array of I. So if it will be crashing with the ith my obstacle, then the game area will stop. Okay, and we will simply return from here. We will simply return from here itself. Fine. Otherwise, other things will happen without any problem. Like my game area dot clear and this updates and all. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, fine. Now there are some more conditions. Okay, my game area of clear is okay. Now over here, my game area dot frame number, we also need to increase, right? So whenever this update function is called, the frames are increasing. Okay, so we need to increment the frame number by like this. Okay, so now if my game area dot frame number is equals 1, okay, which means the first frame, or that particular function every interval, and we will be doing it for 150 interval. 150 is a random number. You can do any number, it is a random number. Okay, then I will simply make the X as my game area dot canvas dot width. Fine. And I will make the Y as my game area dot canvas dot height. Minus 200, why am I doing? I want the X and Y coordinates at that particular position. Okay, in the width and height minus 200. Fine. And new obstacle will be there. My obstacle dot push, and this new component is being pushed over here. Okay, new component. Fine. And like this 10, and let's say similar components we can make over here, green, and let's say X and Y. Fine. These are the X and Y for the components. Okay, for the obstacles. Fine. So I have updated this particular obstacle. Now what I will do is block dot new pose and block dot update is there. I will remove this, and I will put this complete thing inside a for loop. Okay, so because my obstacles is in a loop, right? So this for loop itself, this for loop, copying this one would help. Let me copy that for loop. Okay, and this, both the thing will be kept inside that for loop only. And in case of, instead of my obstacle, I will simply write I. My obstacle. Fine. And over here also I. Fine. So these will be the changes. So if I will like just save this thing, I guess there is an error. Where? Let me check if I have made some mistake. I have made there my obstacle as an array, and over here expected for this one. Okay, fine. Some more errors are there, I guess. So let's check out where my obstacle. Okay, over here. Need to remove this. Fine. So let's just check where actually the problem. Okay, over here. Oh, this thing. So let's see. Yeah. So you can see like over here, this particular code, some minor errors are there. Okay, fine. This on touch start is not required. So I will remove this one. Bit of code cleaning, that's it. Fine. So you can see the obstacles are coming continuously. And if it will like encounter, then it will stop. So you need to like make it like this, okay? And if it will like hit that particular area, it is stopping, right? So if I'll play this one, let's make it in the top direction. You can see it is going good. Right? So you can see the obstacles are coming continuously. Why continuously? Because we have used the loop, right? We have used the loop over here. Over here, we have used the loop. Fine. Have you guys understood how actually this continuous this thing is coming? The distance between the obstacle you can decide accordingly. You can increase the distance. Okay. Every interval, let's say you can make it 250 also. Then the obstacle over here, you remember I told you that I am making 250, 150. So that is actually the distance. You can see the distance is increased. If I'll make it 50, so you will be able to see that the distance is decreased. So you can set it manually. Okay, you can set it manually. And for random size obstacle, then there is a randomize function. Okay, you can apply that particular function, but I think that would be too high level for you guys. uh, I can explain this thing, but I guess it would be too much for today because it's already like a lot which we went through today, right? It's already a lot which we went through today. So this is something which I want you guys to digest first, and then only we will be like discussing. I don't think so. There will be any next session for this one, but this is a bit of like understanding of how the game is developed, how the game development is done. You can increase the like obstacle size over here. You can make it 150, which I made earlier, and you can also apply those obstacles in the top direction. Okay, you can apply those in the top direction as well, in the bottom direction as well. You can apply multiple objects. Fine. If you guys want me to discuss the randomize function as well, then tell me, I can go ahead with that. If you guys want, I can do that. If you guys understood till now, I can show you how to make the randomized thing. Not like the edit, the code is not very huge, but yeah, that is something which will make you hard to understand. So I think for now this is cool enough. If you want me to discuss that one, I can discuss that one too. You can simply make these particular, if you want to like reduce the height, you can reduce the height of like obstacles as well. Okay, you can reduce the, let's say, the height of obstacles um, like with this. Okay, let's say I am making 20 over here. So you can see, actually it's not the height, but it's the like y coordinate which I have made 20, and up till now it would have been there. So yeah, so you can reduce the height like this, and in fact you can make it in negative direction as well, so as to make it as the top types of um, that thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, it will be amazing if we will like set this as minus. Okay, minus 100. Let's see if we will set minus 100, then what will it come? How will it come? You can see it is coming in the top, right? So over here only, if I will apply, like instead of this, I will apply 2. Okay, so let's see what will come. Um, only that one is coming. Why? Because I need to like yeah, I need to change it. It won't be done like this, but yeah, you can see that if I have applied minus, it has just gone to the top. Okay, and if I will like this x position will be like in positive, it will come in the down. So in like to make both sides, you can simply edit it. You can add both these things. Okay, you can simply do that for sure. And let's say let's make we can do that right now also. Let's try to do it. How can we make obstacles of different size? That's the point, man. That's what I am saying. There is a randomized function. Okay, that will come random random size. If you want to do it manually, you can do it manually over here, but I don't want to do it manually, right? You don't want to do it manually, so for that one you need randomized function. Okay, and if you just want it in both the direction, you can simply make it like this. Okay, then, and let's say let's make the y as 0 for 1. So what it is doing, it is not actually the below one, like gap, let's say y plus 20. Okay, okay. So if I will increase this one to 120, then in both sides it will come. Okay, so these are coming in the both sides. If you will, like this y plus 120 is nothing but the gap between them. Okay, this is the gap between them. You can make one more variable over here, var gap, and you can change the gap. Okay, so if you want to like make a random set of gaps, then you can use the randomized function for that. Okay, randomized function, you can simply make that randomized function. I'll show you how it is. Like let's say var gap is my variable, then I am checking if we can like do it without changing those particular things. Okay, so let's see if I'm not sure that this will work, but yeah, we have made the game pretty well. We can just change the gap. Okay, we can change the gap for different sets of but yeah, the intervals will change. I'm not sure that this will work or not, but let's try it. Mat.random and then random, and then let's say um, yeah, let's say let's say 150. Fine. And then plus 1 plus let's say min high, say 20, 170. Okay, let's try it. And over here, instead of 120, let's write gap. Um, no, the gap is not changing with time. So yeah, it needs some complex mathematics, some complex code. I can like show you the code, but let me write the code for you. It's not that much hard. Okay, so for that we need to define two new variables. Okay, so for that we just need to define two new variables. So let's check out. Okay, you can see that the gap is changing. Okay, but the gap is changing in a different way. The gap is changing, but it is changing in the downward direction, right? Right now the gap is changing, so you just need to make some minor tweaks for that. So either you can do it this way or you can do it manually. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the gap is changing. Y minus 200 in Y. Over here you can okay, over here minus 200, so that it will come in proper position, right? It will come in proper position. Minus 200 I have done so that it will come in proper position. That's it. There is no other meaning of doing minus 200 over here. Or you can like simply ignore this one, and like what I was trying to say is you can apply randomized function for the height as well. Let's say I want to, like, instead of Y, let's make height. Okay, let's make something like this. I will just show you over here. So this thing which I was saying, that instead of Y I have made minimum height and max height. Okay, min height is 20, max height is 200. Okay, so these are nothing but the heights of okay, yeah, so these are nothing but the heights. Okay, heights of these particular obstacles. So the minimum height I have set 20 and the maximum height I have set 200, and the final height I am actually like getting any random value from 20 to 200. So max height minus min height plus 1 plus min height. So this is the expression to get any random value from 20 to 200. Okay, this will provide me any random value from 20 to 200. So height I have got. Now min gap, max gap I have set. So gap should be between 50 to 200. So I want any gap between 50 to 200, and this particular expression is providing me the like any gap between 50 to 200. And finally over here what am I doing is the one I have for the first obstacle, like this one obstacle, I have set the height, and for the next one I have made x minus height. Fine. And over here I have applied x and height plus gap. So one is height and one is height plus gap. So if I will just save this one, you can see that different types of heights obstacle will come up. Okay, so you can play the game like this. And you can also add the score. Score is very easy. Okay, score is very easy. You just need to like add one variable like this. Just give me 5 minutes, I will show you how to set the score. Okay, let's make this game completely work. Okay, so just give me 5 minutes. I will show you how the score will be calculated. Let's say where my score. Fine, this is this I have got. And now in the start game itself I will be calculating the score. My score is equals to new we will be counting the score like this. I'll show you over here. In the start game I need to make a component for score as well. Okay, so that it will be visible inside the game. Okay, it will be visible inside the game. Over here in the game itself, I need to show the score, right? So that's why I am making a component for score as well. So how will it look like? It will look like this. Let's say I am making a new component of 30 pixels, let's say, and let's say the font is any font. And over here you can write, let's say, console, and then let's say black color, and over here let's say 280, and then 40, and then text. So in the new component, I have added one more thing, right? I have added text, okay? So I need to like change the component part, okay? I need to add one more param over here, which is the type. What type of parameter is there? Okay. So if I will simply like remove pick this one, okay? And in this my update itself, I will check if this dot type equals text. If what am I doing is I am like sending the score in a text format to the component. Okay, so I have made one more like let's say variable, and over here I am setting the font. Okay, ctx dot font is equals to, let's say, the font of that one. So ctx dot font is equals to nothing but this dot width plus, let's say, some space plus this dot height. Fine. And then ctx fill style is color, and ctx fill this one color will be there. And then we will simply add one more function, ctx dot fill text. Okay, this function is also inside uh, context one. Okay, context 2D which we added. Okay, so ctx dot fill text would be nothing but this dot text, comma, this dot x, comma, this dot y. Fine. Okay, or else, for the else case, if it will not be text, then it will be rectangle. So for that one we have already written. I just need to add it in the else part. Brilliant. So we have added our score in over here. So for now it will not render. Okay. For now the score is not showing over here. Why it is not showing? Because I need to do some minor calculations as well. Fine. Yeah. And at the end of this particular my score dot update new pause, over here in the update function, I need to update the score as well. My let's say my score dot text is equals to I will just write score, and then like this, plus my game area dot frame number. That would be it. And over after my game area dot clear, my frame number plus 1 will be there. Fine. And then my score dot update. We have my missed something. So yeah, frame area we have added. We have like let's check if we did it rightly or not. So let me check this one now. Oh, what have I done? So over here we added the variable where my score, and then what we did is this dot frame number as 0, and the score is increasing based on the frame numbers. Okay, for each and every frame number I am incrementing the score. And if this dot type will be text, then font will be this. Okay, so let's just save this one and let's see. You can see the score is coming over here, right? So the score is increasing, and once I will get stuck, the score will also stop. Okay, fine. So this was the game which we tried to make. It's already 7:30. It's time. If you guys have any doubt in understanding any of these things, then please let me know. I'll I'll try to explain that part. How can we model this game, sir? What do you mean by model? I didn't get it. Model means what do you want to do? Bird. Okay. Okay. Bird. Sure. Bird or dinosaurs. You can over here. You can see that I have added fill rect, right? I have added fill rect over here. So instead of adding fill rect over here, you can add image. There is in the canvas there is this thing that you can also add image. Okay, canvas images. You can draw image in the canvas. You can instead of writing fill rect over here, you can add draw image. Okay, and then the image and x and y. Over here, what we did is x, y, width, height. So you can add the image like this. Okay, you can add the image like this. So whatever image you want to add, let's say dinosaurs or bird, you can add the image over here. So I don't want to spoon feed. I just want you guys to know how actually it is working. This minor tweaks, you can do it by yourself also. Okay. Okay, guys, any other doubt? What is frame number? The screen frame is changing 50 by 50 every second, right? I told you last time, okay, that the screen rate is changing. What actually is happening? Every second the screen is getting ahead by one. Okay, so that is frame number. I told you in the last class. Okay, what is exactly frame number? The screen frame is changing. Before adding on mouse dot, why was it moving up continuously while we were increasing that by one only? Okay, because we have set the velocity plus one, then it has got the velocity. If I will give this particular bottle a velocity, okay, this bottle a velocity, और मैं अगर इसको velocity को रोकूंगा नहीं तो ये तो चलता रहेगा ना यार. So I need to stop that. That's why I added on mouse down. So on mouse down, I have given the velocity. On mouse up, I have taken that velocity. Okay. So that was the case. Okay, Manshi. I just hope that you guys got the pretty basic idea, because I have been traveling since 2 hours and then I took the session. So yeah, thank you so much for attending this session. I am sure that you guys like this session. I will send you the code through Pagewin. Let me give you that Pagewin. And you can as your campus team member said that you guys will be getting some 15% off or something for attending this session. I guess she has already shared the link yesterday. So yeah, please go through that link and take some course from Coding Ninjas. I am quite sure that it will help you a lot in long run. Okay, and for now I'm just sharing my LinkedIn ID so that whenever you guys will have any kind of doubt, you can ping me over the LinkedIn, and I would be happy to help you guys to get any your doubts cleared. Fine. So this is my LinkedIn handle. please get connected with me. I am quite sure that I would be like I try my best to help you guys to come over any problem. Let's say be it web development or competitive programming, or let's say data structures algorithm, career guide, or anything. I would be happy to help you guys. Thank you so much for attending this session. Have a great night. Have a great weekend ahead. Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys.